Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. Today's gonna be my top 4 YCS Vancouver deck profile. Somehow managed to get top 4. Lost to Triff in the semifinals. Congratulations to Triff for winning the event. I'm just gonna do like a desktop kinda deck profile. But yeah, let's just hop right into the deck profile. We'll get into shoutouts at the end. Okay, so this is the deck I played. I'm just gonna run through it really quick. Standard stuff, 3 Raisin, 3 Mad Love. I only played the 1 Border. Some people play 2. I'm not mad at 2 because it is a dark and a name. So I'm not mad at 2. I just played 1 because I just wanted my opening hands to be able to play as much as possible. And this card is a little bit bricky. I also played the 1 Caesar, the 1 Lupus for the K9 package. I played just the hand trap package, not the full Jokel and quick play and all that, which I did play at a regional 2 weeks ago. I'll talk about that a little bit more later. The 1 traps, obviously standard. Best card in the deck, Holy Sue, Xiaolong. I played 2 of this at the regional. Regretted it. This card's crazy. You could draw Holy Sue and like 3 Xiaolong, and it's still, I mean, it's the same as Holy Sue and a dark. But you just get an extra body. Holy Soul reveal Xiaolong. Xiaolong summon itself and then reveal the 2 other Xiaolong or any other 2 fires you have. Search the dark and then summon from deck. So it's the same thing. You just get an extra level 5 body to play with. So 3 Xiaolong I think is definitely the way to go. 3 Stake obviously, 1 Start. 3 Ash Blossom. You know, standard in this deck. 3 DD Crow is not so standard in this deck. The Crow, number 1, it's a dark. Number 2, it's not the greatest hand trap into any deck, but it does something versus a lot of decks, and it being a dark. So you could hit the Lupus out of opponents' graveyards when they're trying to Azuna you on your own turn. It's also good into Draco Tail. I mean, it's not fantastic into Draco Tail, but you can like Crow the Phimena when they try to add it back off of Urgula or Altharion. You could also hit, like, if Yummy starts, if they only have like 1 Yummy name and they start normal summon it, go into the field spell to try to reborn it, you could hit that. You could also hit the field spell in the graveyard when they place the other one to try to take them out the game. It's also decent into Crystron. This Crow actually won me my top 16 match against Crystron. In a relatively simplified game state, I was able to DD Crow his Sulfador out of the graveyard and seal me the game there. So Crow is fine. It's an attribute, like I said, it's not the most impactful card, but it does help into some of the matchups that I was expecting the most. 3 Fulos. I think it's better than Perulia right now just because Perulia is just so dead into Yummy, which is why I didn't main deck it. I was expecting a good amount of Yummy and Draco Tail, and this card into Draco Tail and Yummy is just really meh. Really good in the mirror match though, so obviously I played it for the mirror match. The 1 Dolgoran, just to have 10 fires to draw turn 1, or turn 0 I should say, because Rhoda's a fire if I'm going first, obviously. The Dolgoran was super mid. It honestly could have been Kurikara. Probably would have been better. Probably it's better in the mirror match, but I don't know. Kurikara against Yummy just felt kind of like, I don't know. I'd rather have the Kaiju that just always guarantees trades 1 for 1 with somebody's board, can trade with the Herald, can trade with the Ripper if they try to, if they end on the quick play, or the big negate guy that hand rips. It's always just decent 1 for 1 trades. I'm going to be honest though, most of the time it just stayed in my hand as a fire attribute. It being able to be bounced back with Mad Love is pretty cute, and I did that a few times. So Dolgoran was okay. Like I said, could have been a Kurikara. Not 100% sure on that. Next up was Nib. I just think Nib is crazy right now. I think it's nice into Yummy. I think it's nice into Vanquish Soul. Like, they always play into it. They usually have to play into it if they want to Dice Master you, which didn't happen too often, but it did happen once or twice. At the beginning of the format, people were like, Nib is it's not going to be good because they could just Ripper negate it, but there's just so many ways to force the Ripper negate with the Zuna and Holy Sue. I think it's fine, but drawing it by itself is not the greatest, obviously. And then I played the 3 Azuna, just the hand trap package. Then I played Extravagance, just Pot of Greed, just to help with consistency, and the 1 Rhoda. Like I said, I played the bigger version of the K9 package at a regional, and I just had a difficult time into this card right here specifically. People were expecting K9 VS to be, you know, the most represented deck. So a lot of people were main decking Perulia. And when I would get Perulia, I just felt like I had to commit looking at a Jokul, Lantern, Azuna in my hand and just give them infinite draws plus Holy Sue, Raisin, normal summon. I don't know. I just felt this version was a little bit better into Charmies, and Nib was also getting really, really popular. So I kind of just wanted to play a more safe version of the deck, commit a lot less to the board, have a lot of cards in hand at all times with hand traps that might not be the greatest, but like, you know, Crow, Nib. Also, if you have Nib backed up like with your board, which my board is usually just Mad Love, Holy Sue, Trap, Field Spell, cards in hand. And if you have Nib on top of that, it's really difficult to beat. So Nib is like the best hand trap you could have behind your board, I feel like. But yeah, so that's kind of why I chose to play this version of the deck. I don't know for certain, obviously, if it's better or not, but did okay for me. Next up, we'll just go to the side real quick. 2 Lancia. Just to put a little bit of respect on Malice. I was playing 3 last minute. I switched it out for 1 Lightning Storm, which I don't know. I should have played Raigeki over Storm just because it conflicts with the Nib, Holy Sue, Azuna stuff. I did side it into Yummy, taking out the Azuna Lupus stuff, but still I always kept Nib in, so a little bit of a confliction. Probably should have just been Raigeki. Perulia, shout out to Dante and Bubba for letting me borrow the Perulias. Obviously sided in for the mirror match. Mitsu Raziel sided in for them. Same thing with Droll. Droll's decent into the big K9 package version of the deck. It's mainly there for Mitsu and Mitsu Raziel, though. That's mainly the reason for Droll. Just want to put a little bit of respect on the old decks. And then the one shifter, I don't really have to talk about. Cards crazy. Same with TC Boo. Call by Talents, same thing, just going first cards. And then the Duster and the Lightning Storm, like I said, Lightning Storm probably should have just been Raigeki. Yeah, it probably should have just been Raigeki or something. Something else for Yummy. It could have also been Phantasme. Yeah, probably should have been something else. We'll just move on to the extra deck real quick. I played 3 Rock, 1 SP, 3 Ripper, 2 Typhon, 3 Dice Smasher. I never Dice Smasher to anyone, but I felt like it could come up if I get drolled or something, and I could just auto win off of it maybe. 2 Valon, and then the 1 Zeus and the 1 Rocks. Rocks didn't really come up too much, but it came up a decent amount in testing. Same with the Zeus. I didn't make it too much. The only time I really made Zeus was when I stole my opponent's Hound. He was actually playing the Hound. This guy right here, which can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. So the turn it's specialed with the Lupus underneath it, it's untargetable. So what I did was just Holy Sue steal it and then put my own Zeus on top of it. But in that instance, I probably could have also just made like an SP. I don't remember if I went through SP at that point in time already, but I don't know. It came up sometimes in testing, so I wanted to play the 1 Zeus. Also, shout out to Bubba for the ulti Zeus and the QCR shifter. I was looking crazy shiftering my opponents. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the deck. Like I said, I just wanted to play a more conservative version, a more low to the ground version, a pure version, just to kind of play around the cards that I thought were getting popular. So, yeah, quick shout outs. There's too many people to name, so I'm just going to say shout out to Don Lee's Games Unlimited, best locals, and shout out to the D.A.M Discord. Shout out to everybody in the Discord, everybody I tested with. You guys know who you are. There's too many names to name. Yeah, everyone I tested with, everyone that supported me, everyone in the Discord, bro. I appreciate all you guys. And shout out to Jonelle Morris, the OG Vanquish Soul GOAT. We miss you. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the deck. More topping deck lists coming soon, bro. Appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for watching. And catch you later.